Hey, you guys, and welcome to American Culture. I'm going to have a short little chat with you about what my obedience is bringing to me. So, a few weeks ago, God was like, Alicia, you got to give up me. And I thought that that was crazy. But I finally decided to step into it, went to church. This lady was preaching about the Daniel fast. I was like, oh, that's what he wants. He wants me to do that. Because he had told me he was preparing me for something and I needed to be clear. I've done a lot of cleansing over the course of the past 2 years. I'm as clean as a whistle, you guys. And so I stopped, eating the meat. And this is like my 5th day or so being committed to that. And I had a major revelation. You see, I asked a friend of mine, can you go to the store and pick me up this thing? I really need it. And I'm at work and I can't go get it. And I don't want to have to wait tomorrow. And they were like, yeah, sure. And so they went. And they did not get the thing. They didn't get the thing because they didn't ask anybody to help them and blah, blah, blah. They didn't call me or anything while they were there to let me know that this was happening. They just basically walked in, said, can't find it, and left. Now, the thing about that, and I told God, I said, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the reason why I need new people. If you're anything like me, you guys, you've kind of been in that little isolation phase for quite some time. And don't get me wrong, the solitude is lovely. I have developed a lot of abilities to converse and just really know myself. And that's really the reason why I am the way that I am today and am able to present like this and go forward, because I did take that time away from the influences of the world to really just hear me, hear my voice, hear God's voice, etc., and then be able to come out here. And so today, when they weren't able to get that, it was like I petitioned the God. I said, I don't ask for help. I pretty much do it all on my own. And I only ask when it has to be you to do this type of thing. It's kind of like, my hands are tied and I can't go. And so to be let down is just that. It's a letdown. And God started speaking to me. He said, Alicia, you've made it to the next phase. So for those of you out there watching, you're probably here because you've made it to the next phase. That'll be the title of this video. You've made it to the next phase. Obedience is key. And this is why. It's because he said you're autonomous. And what autonomy means that I have the ability to govern myself. Now, don't mean I'm not out here, a branch separated from the vine or whatever. No. Autonomy means that I can do what's necessary in order to live up to the highest potential. For me, that's God's will. And so what majorly has shifted in my life was that suffer and sacrifice mindset. A lot of people, they say that they just procrastinate. They have little things that they need to do, but they just don't do them. But that's not it. What's happening is when we're sufferers and we're sacrificers, we almost need pressure to get us to do anything. Either that or we have to be heavily directed, which is the reason why jobs work out so well, is somebody telling you exactly what to do and then giving you a lot of pressure to get it done. And so we're trained that all of our movements need to be based off of that. Either somebody has directed and told me, or it's a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to have to get it right and to do it accordingly. But what happens when you just need to do stuff and you're at peace and you're at linger and there's no pressure and you don't have a million directions just to, hey, go do this? Most people won't. Now are you seeing how this kind of ties into how do you react to God's word, to the faith you have, to the things that you hear? If it's in a moment of pressure and you feel like you've gotten a lot of directions, a lot of people will do it. They're constantly looking for confirmation outside of them to act as some type of director, because without autonomy, they lack the ability to just do it, to get it done. Just like that person who went into the store today and walked right on out, didn't even bother to, they weren't under any other pressure and they didn't have more directions. They didn't bother to try to call anybody or get anybody to come help them. There was no autonomy there. There was no, I have been given a task. What is available to me to get that task done? And so what has changed in me is just that, is that I don't need a million different directions. I don't need all of this confirmation, and I don't have to, feel stressed out or pressure to move. That I can just hear God say this, and I can take steps to do what he needs me to do, because he's asking me to do that because he needs me to do it. It's kind of like an Esther thing, basically. I'm letting you be in the position to do this. If you don't want to do it, somebody else will, but you won't get the prize out of that. And so God let me know today that I had made it into my next phase. I've never said that. I've always said I wanted to, and this and that and all this other stuff. But today is, God is my witness. It's final. It's final. I have made it to that next stage of life where I will now start attracting in different type of people who understand me, that we can have long, good, decent conversations with, and so forth, because I've left that procrastination, that laziness, that other way of being attached to suffering and sacrifice behind, and I've stepped into the autonomy that comes along with being obedient. Because that's what it is. I mean, God will tell you to do stuff, and we as people, we're like, give me 1,000 directions, or put me under a lot of pressure before I actually move. But no, he just wants you to be able to hear and then figure it out to do. And I'm good for that. Like I said, you guys, it has been a lot going on in the past 2 months. This video is 6 minutes long. I like to keep them under 7 minutes. And so I'll probably end up making a video about that tomorrow. Just the course of the 2 months that got me to this day of resurrection, new release. God is calling me to look in the Bible of what new release means, so that maybe I can talk about that in the next video. But yeah, a lot of moments over the course of the past 2 years, really even the past 2 months, 60 days, I'll say, have led to this very moment of me saying, I can't deal with that anymore. Like this, I'm not vibing with the misunderstandings that are just flat out lies. I'm not vibing with the procrastination where I would have never asked you to do it if I could have done it myself, and I can't. I'm not vibing with the constant letdown. I'm not vibing with being turned into a demon every single time I don't show up as the version whoever wants me to be, and I show up as myself. So God is aware that the door to the old life is closed. I am stepping out of the grace period, and I am assured that he will start sending me good people and good circumstances to be around, because I made it to a new level of autonomy. I can hear, then do. Have a blessed day, you guys.